Hi, this is part 2 of this part B, sorry, of session 2 with Michelle Smith. So in my counselling notes, the goals that we worked upon were to primarily approach her employer and her husband, to have discussions around facilitating her main goal of doing her 2 subjects of the CSA. The goals were to get some structure around this by continuing to work with her children to get more assistance, and to have those discussions in the coming week with the employer and the husband. So topics discussed, basically the progress that she'd made since the last session, such as making the decision about the 2 subjects. We discussed her husband's disinterest in talking about it with her, which we can work upon. Got an update about the kids and how they've been helping, and that was good for her. And then also got an update about she'd sourced a cleaner, and had enrolled in yoga and meditation. So they're all in my notes, and then the outcome was the facilitation of that first goal. Strategies and interventions. So that I've listed strategies as working with the children to enable them to assist her. Continue with the meditation and see how that kind of goes as well, and strategies around assistance with talking to the employer and also talking to her husband, and ascertaining the best time and the best ways in which to communicate with them. So in our next session, we would be discussing the outcome of the week, such as the outcome of those 2 discussions with the husband, and also sending the email to the employer and see what results from that, and to see if we need to touch on our kind of plan and our goals, if that hasn't been successful or if it needs a little bit more work. And also our next session we would be doing that review to see how she was going in achieving those goals, and what we needed to do further. So that was the review form that we would fill out. So basically what went well, I think we explored the options of ways to talk to the employer and the husband. I feel those discussions went well in that formulating a plan of how that communication was to take place, and get specific details about how to approach that. What didn't go well, I think probably could have done a better introduction, could have had some more small talk just to kind of ease Michelle into the counselling process. So what we could have done differently, probably could have focused on the kids helping a bit more and fine-tuned how they could do that, and how we could work on strategies in encouraging them to do that as well, and plans about maybe upgrading to vacuuming, or something around the house rather than cooking, and how she could facilitate that with the kids. Areas probably need to develop would be just in probably more defined communication, such as paraphrasing, open-ended questions, summarising and things like that. So ways I would go about developing that would be with practice, and also I could talk about it in my supervision sessions, do some more courses on communication styles, and also basically get some peer support perhaps, and see how they kind of communicate, and get some ideas around that. So in relation to a personality development theory, I would probably be looking at Piaget's theory of cognitive development, specifically the formal operational stage, as it's from 12 years and up. so it would be relevant to the client in that, you know, we're working on abstract concepts, you know, because it focuses also on, you know, logical thought and deductive reasoning. So, you know, I could even use schemas to kind of explore with Michelle about, you know, how she organises her thoughts and how that impacts on her decision making. And yeah, and we could work on kind of getting more of a background knowledge about that, and also seeing what internal skills she has to facilitate all that problem solving and thinking outside the square in relation to some kind of solutions to problems, and also how she interprets information. Thanks.